coming. Hey Parvati. Hello Cherry Sparkles. Can you hear guys the noise of the fan? Is it too loud or you can hear me just fine? Oh, okay. Yeah, actually I don't say I I don't say like happy birthday in advance because in our culture, not in our culture, but maybe it's something that we here in Argentina we say and we don't know where it came from. But we usually think that is bad luck. So that's why we don't say it before it happens, the birthday. Like it's better to say it afterwards if you in case you didn't know, like a belated birthday greeting, but a previous we don't do it. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I have no idea. It's one of those things that I don't know where it came from. Thank you. Oh, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that member is. I usually don't read for people that I don't know about. How are you guys? How has your week doing? Has been going? I feel like I'm going to have to turn off the fan anyways because the cars are going to be flying everywhere. Well, it's very early over there. This weighted blanket is making it harder. It's keeping you trapped. Yeah, I know what you mean. I have one of those. Yes, for winter. I have one of those. And it's tough. Yeah, it's tough. It's also tough to like get them to the laundry shop, like because it's usually here we in our house we have a like a dryer and also like a, how do you call it in English, a washing machine. Like we have those like standard ones that you know that we wash our clothes in. Um, but when it comes to blankets and when it comes to like bed sheets and stuff, yeah, drying and washer. When it comes to those, we really have to get them to the laundry shop. Here, I believe it's called laundry mat. So it's a shame because you know we are not used to those laundry. Is it laundry? Hello, Islam. Is that like, how is it called? Laundry shop? Laundry store? Here they call it laundry mat. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation of. Ah, laundry mat. So it's okay. It's laundry mat. I thought it was called like laundry shop or laundry place. Mm, dry cleaning as well. Yeah. But yes, laundromat, I heard that it says in their names. So, you know, like with some words in English. um, and it's expensive. And we are not used to getting those services. I mean, those shops had been around for a long time, especially it was run by Chinese here in the capital. There were a lot of Chinese that owned laundromats. Um, but then eventually it became like a business for regular people, you know, and you would have like one or two in your town. But it's still like it's not something that we usually go if we have those large pieces that they are too heavy to wash yourself because I don't know. I mean, I remember my grandmother, she used to like, wash everything by hand with that huge white soap, bar soap, and she would be like washing and washing and washing and washing with that sort of, she had like this wooden thing where she would where she would like squish like the clothing in this and remove all the stains. So I remember her doing that, and I believe my mom also did it. I remember my mom you always used to tell me that I had to put like some drops of lemon in white shirts, for example, if you stain them or if they have like those like yellow stains, that you had to put like um, lemon juice and let it sit dry, like let it sit under the sun. So they had all those, but no, like I don't have patience to clean like this, but I have seen it. So I know that it was done before, that it existed. I knew women that did that laundry by hand, that they washed every single piece by hand. Home. Yeah, actually, I only am having mate. Like I didn't have anything to eat with it because it's very hot in here. Like we really are starting the day very humid already. You can feel it like you can feel it like um, in the air that it's going to be very hot day again. So when when you are not hungry, that's the feeling. So yeah. Uh-huh. Yes, it's mate. Yeah, mate is spelled like mate. It's exactly spelled like that, but it's pronounced differently. We call it mate. But yeah, that's why when I spell it, like I make sure that I like like that I express that I'm talking about a drink that I'm talking about a drink that is called mate and that is spelled like that, like mate. Ah, yes. Yeah, no. Yeah, because I believe I heard some stories that um, because of the football players, probably the Argentinian ones that went to play over there, they brought mate and they share with others because actually like that's why I always tell you guys, you probably see me here like drinking by myself, but honestly like mate is to share with others actually. This is something that you can share with others. I don't know about, of course, that if I tell you this during the pandemic, you would be like, no way. And actually, for us, as a cultural um, routine that we had to stop drinking mate and to have to bring our own equipment and drink even when you are next to others to drink on your own, it was very odd. It was hard to actually to get used to it because we usually are this is about sharing, this is why we have this huge water container because you're supposed to bring it with you, and in case someone wants, you put it and you share it with others. It's for sharing. Actually, I have that size because I usually drink a lot of water, so I just in case. But I will also have some other ones that this the I don't know if you have seen it. I have a pink one that it's like it's portable. It's like you can carry it around with you. Um, and that one it has like everything in this, but it's a smaller and it has like the straw here, so you can carry it around or you can have it, I don't know, when you're in the car or traveling, you can have it with you. And since it's made of, I don't know how you call this metal, uh, but since it's a container that just like it keeps the water, it's stainless. um, it contains the water and it keeps it hot for like 24 hours. It doesn't last for 24 hours, but probably the next 2 hours you're going to have warm water because that's something that is very important for mate. It has to have the right temperature, not too hot, not too warm, because otherwise it spoils the drink and it's not, it cannot be warm, the water. It has to be perfect. Like actually, for my taste, I prefer it to be boiling. Like I prefer it to be very hot that instead of being just plain, um, because it loses its flavor. Samara, did you see the TikTok? Did you watch it? The TikTok I sent on Discord. I asked Samara because I know there are some people, I don't remember exactly who told me that they cannot watch TikTok, like they don't have it. So I know that sometimes when I share TikToks, I'm like, oh, maybe it's not available for everyone. Yes, Antoine Griezmann. Yeah, he's a fan. Yeah, Samara, I shared. Actually, it was just it was very funny because they used uh, this. I believe one of those is you, Parvati. You told me you can watch it. It's about that NCT Taeyeon. He went to this fashion week and he was seated in the front row with a K-pop girl group. And in the article of the Fashion Week Twitter, I guess, they said K-pop girl group. I believe it was NMIX. Yeah, and then Taeyong. Then it was Gravity. Is Gravity or Cavity? I always get it. Gravity Taeyong. Taeyong. Yeah, and mix. Gravity. So yes, everyone. Taeyong has another unit. has another children. Since he, NCT units is no longer. He's like, okay, I have to get another group. I can feel the abstinence. I need to get another members. So he's part of Gravity right now. Like I don't get it, guys. I don't get these people that is behind those articles or those the ones that do the copywriting because I don't get it. Like in my case, I'm just a regular content creator, and even though my creations are not that complex, nor I have much technology going on, I always make sure and I double check everyone's name, and I try to always like go Google them to see if I spell it correctly, if I'm not, especially at the beginning when I just started doing reading for other groups that weren't BTS because the only thing I used to know was BTS back then. So then when I learned about other groups and people just kept like asking readings for, I don't know, I remember for NCT, I believe the first member I read, the recommendation was for Jimin. There was someone that was like, oh, can you do this reading for NCT Jimin? And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, I was just starting and I was like, oh, excited to see, like, I didn't know who he was. But I Googled him, so like, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's this guy. This is the face, this is the name. He's a Leo, like, I had all my notes, and I never usually go back to my notes, but I wrote it down anyway. Um, and then in that same comment, someone said, like, can you do a reading for NCT Chechen? And I swear that was in that moment where my brain just broke. Because I was like, but, and I believe I responded to that person. I was like, yeah, but I still have to do a reading for the other guy. So I was confused because even though their names are not the same, they seemed the same for me at the beginning. So I was like, who is who? And they were all from NCT, so I was just starting. And it took me a while, a very long time of practice of for me there wasn't like and when you told me NCT Dream, and I was like, but isn't that NCT as well? Like, not getting, didn't understand a thing. um, and for the other groups as well. So, you know, it's not it's not easy. Like it's not, and they don't even have those names that or are those are very complex names. No, but at the beginning you are like, but aren't they the same person? I remember reading Jemin and Jaehyun, and I was like, aren't they the same guy? Like I don't know why I thought that they were recommending the same guy, and they were two different people. So that's why you should pay very like, and for example, we were talking about the difference between Taeyong and Taeyang, or for example, I don't know, Girls' Generation Taeyong and and NCT Taeyong, they are not written the same. But if you hear it, if you like read it just like this, just casually, you're like, oh, they're talking about the same person, and no, we're talking about two different people, a woman and a man. So, yeah, it just proves that Taeyong, no matter how much promotion, he would never be as popular as they want him to be. Mm. Yeah, it's just that I don't, to be honest, I don't understand. Like, I understand it from a business point of view that for them to make them participate in these fashion shows, it's like, it's amazing. Like, for example, in the case of Johnny, that Johnny is a tall guy and that he has some kind of modeling like features and everything. Like I would be like, yeah, it makes sense that you send him to this, like, you know. But for others, like to see them assist and just sit in the front row or just be sitting there with other models or influencers, I'm like, why are they there? Like, for me as a fan, it's like, I'm not going to buy those luxury brands because I don't have the money. Like, and it's not something that I aspire to. You know, I know that there are some fans that will buy it, especially if it's associated to their bias or their favorite group. Whatever they touch, they are going to buy it. I know it. I am aware of that. But for me, they are still singers. Like I don't like. Maybe I can take it seriously if some of them is like, oh, I wanted so bad to become a model. I wanted so bad to, I don't know, to work with this brand because it was a vision, a dream, an aspiration that I had. So I'm glad that I'm here. But, and also people like not knowing exactly who they are, but just because they seem popular and they see the fans or they see that they have fans, people just want to be near them just for clout. You know, I find that very like disrespectful. Hey Fluffy. Yeah, it's media play. Yeah, it's the same. Singers go to Fashion Week for the same reason. Yeah. But honestly, this is what I think. Whenever I see them, like, for example, I did tell you guys. I stopped following some Instagram pages of some not yes, idols and actors. Like I started unfollowing them because I was so tired of the branding, you know, of like, oh, this is Louis Vuitton, oh, this is this, oh, me with this, you know. And it's like, yeah, I get it that is part of your job, but at the same time, you know, this is like, I want you to share something personal because this is your Instagram. So, you know, when they start to show too much pictures of them promoting a brand, I start unfollowing them. I don't follow them anymore. I don't follow them anymore because it seems like I'm looking at a magazine. Like, you know, if they have photo shoots every once in a while, like, yes, I will support it and I will put a like and a heart and everything. But if it's the only thing that you have on your Instagram and there's nothing else, there's nothing, you don't share, like, I don't want the idol to share personal pictures, of course, but you have to share something that speaks about you, you know, that it somehow it's your page, you know, and I know that there's a lot of people behind Instagram of idols. I'm sure they don't run it themselves. I'm sure they have to get it approved. Not all the pictures get, you know, but there are some idols that do share very personal, like everyday moments that you're like, oh, that's so cute. But when they start promoting too much brand, like product placement and stuff, I'm like, that's not for me. That's not for me. No. Like I get tired, like visually. Visually, I get tired, and I get it that it's their job. Yes, I get it. I understand it. Yeah. But for me, it's like, don't you have something else to show? Like, mm, yeah. Yes, I know. I know it's all about business. That's something that I have it very like crystal clear. I know about it. I know everything is image. Yeah, I know everything is image. Um, I don't know. And also there are some brands that are very ugly. Like I don't get it. Like maybe I'm too old, but there are some items of certain brands, and also the logo thing. You know, at least I'm happy if they getting paid every time they show a logo. But for me, the only clothes that I like, and it's because I used to work with them and I know the quality of their products, is Puma. Is Puma sportwear. Puma shoes and clothing, it's spectacular. It's amazing. The quality of the cotton, the quality of the yoga pants and the tops, everything, it's amazing. You own one of those things and you have them forever. Like it's really good. It's in the shoes as well. Like the sneakers, they are my favorite. They are my favorite. Puma is my favorite brand. And I used to work with a lot of them. And actually, like, for example, Nike, I don't like Nike style. Adidas, I do like some some things about Adidas, but I'm between Adidas and Puma. Yeah, Celine Chanel is so boring. It's like they stayed in the 1920s. Like, I don't get it. For Celine, I don't get it. Like, but you know, I don't know much about fashion or anything. So probably they have a style that I do not know about. They have a history that I do not know about, you know. But for example, my bias, I believe he is like he's always showing like Louis Vuitton things. The other day I watched that he did post some pictures of him wearing Louis Vuitton. I don't like Louis Vuitton. I don't like it. Like I know they try to make it like I don't like the design. I think it's not the brands, it's this idol style that is really bad sometimes. Mm. Yeah, sometimes the styling is a bit. Yeah, it's like it doesn't match. Like I feel like they rush them sometimes, to take those pictures. For example, like in Utah's picture, I noticed that he was in this sort of like garden. That he was like in this sort of like I don't know in this like neighborhood. He was in this neighborhood, and and I noticed I don't know much about him. Of course, that it was sunny and everything. Maybe the sun was too much on his face, but he looked really sleepy. Like his eyes, like he looked like he just woke up, and people would put makeup on him, and they like and also his hair was a bit wet, so they were like maybe they throw water at him, and they're like, okay, wake up, we have to get you a photo shoot. So LV, Gucci are fashion brands under the same umbrella company, even Bottega. Ah, yes, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, 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 I know what you mean. It's the same as L'Oreal. L'Oreal is also the same umbrella uh, for La Roche-Posay, for CeraVe or CeraVe, and for Vichy. They are the same umbrella for them. I personally don't care that they are doing brands as long as they still release music. Yeah, that's the important. Mm, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, it's under the L'Oreal Group. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, they're huge. I had to study a lot about them. Oh, Saint Laurent. Mm. I read that Kering Group bought a lot of fashion brands under them. Some subsidiaries under them. Mm. I wonder if is Revlon still around because while I was working with some brands, they told me that Revlon was in like was going to like um that they were very close to close like the deal. Ah, they're still around. Ah, okay. Because I heard they had some financial issues. Good morning, Leonard. Is it hot over there, Leonard, where you are? Because here I'm melting. Yeah. Oh no, no. Oh my God. I feel so like I like, especially when you live in the city, it's not funny at all. The heat, and we had during this week a lot of days where the electricity cut. Like we didn't have electricity. It was hot. There was no internet. It was awful, and I believe this is going to be something very normal during this summer. So yeah, and yes, super annoying, super annoying. Are you watching any K dramas, guys? Oh yes, the national cut. Yes, I was calling my internet services. I was like freaking out. I was calling them. Thank God by 6 p.m. the internet came back. But like I didn't know, like it was bad. Have you seen the previous pictures for the new shot photo book? No, I didn't, Fluffy. No, I didn't. I have to watch it. I have to watch it. I want to get some The Voice merch, but I don't know where to buy here in Argentina. I don't know if there are some like reliable places. Like I don't want to buy something and then regret it. I want a Joby Bomb. Like I want like yeah. Mm. And I also want an NCT light. I always call it light stick. Is it called light? Is it light stick? Is it? Yeah, it's gonna be super expensive. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. How is it called? The I always call it light stick, but is that the real pronunciation? Because I don't know why it sounds like a Star Wars thing, like the sable Star Wars. Um, when I say light stick, I think about it. I think about the Star Wars weapons. Yeah, that's a light stick. Yeah, I don't know why I feel very odd when I say it, light stick. Like, is that correct? Like, like I do not own anything. Like, I do not have like. I know a lot of fans of NCT. They have a lot of merchandising. They have like this PC, a lot of them, and I do not own nothing. So I must like. Just that in Argentina, it's really hard to get things cheap here, and it's very expensive. Um, so I don't know. Ah, so it's Leipzig. Ah, okay. I don't know why I was hesitant for a bit. Yes, everything is so expensive to be honest. Yeah, it's like that's why I want to think it through. I want to make like one purchase. Like I want to buy a certain item, and that's it. Like not get obsessive and buy a lot. You know, and that's one thing that it happens to me because I know that we always say like, oh, this is the only thing I'm going to buy. The shipping, yeah. Oh yes, I do. Yeah. you you thought it was another bag. There are people that they confuse it for another bag or animal. They are like, what is that? Is that a crab? No, it's a scorpion. Only Scorpio people actually get it. But yeah, because of the position, maybe if you don't see me like this, you don't realize what it is. Mm. Yeah, for me, my temptation is buying tarot decks. And I believe that it's not just me, it's every tarot reader issue always. Because there's so many, guys, I'm this close. It's in my chart already, like in my wish list. I'm this close to buying. Um, I don't know if you watch the tarot reader Aphrodite, that he does. He does like readings for celebrities. He has the Sailor Moon one that it's on Etsy. That one I want to get, but Argentina doesn't have it. Etsy is not like available for Argentina, so I cannot buy it. Um, and so I was thinking, yeah, I was like, I want to get also the other one that he uses for the crime investigation, the deck that is called the Haunted House Tarot. I want to get that one. Yeah, yeah, he did. I believe these are the two that he uses. He doesn't use oracles, he only uses those. And this is something that I really admire of him, and it does give him like a sort of identity because you you definitely see that he's a professional because you know I trust people that use the same tarot deck always. Like I don't know why. I sense a sort of like consistency, and I find that like I feel like they are very connected to the deck because they use it always. Um, for example, in my case, the one that I always show you guys, that I do not have it here because I bought another one. Um, the Vice Versa Tarot, the one that doesn't have a back, that it has a double meaning, like double sides to the same picture, is actually a tarot deck that if you, for example, yesterday I posted on my Instagram the picture of the Empress. So I realized that that card is very worn out. It's very like, it has like, scratches on it, and there's some parts that it's like a bit broken. The carton, it's a bit like, damaged. But that's because I use it, and I'm like, that's when you realize, like, they had been working. Like I try to use all my decks, but honestly, there are others that I just buy because I think that they are pretty and I want to collect them. But I guess I would want to be that sort of reader that just has one great deck, because I have amazing decks, honestly. Like I do not regret purchasing like decks, tarot decks. But I must say that there are others that I are kept in a drawer because, I didn't use them anymore, or I don't know, I don't feel like, with the ones that I have, I feel like it's enough to use them, especially for my clients. But the ones that I'm using the most probably are some oracles, especially the romantic ones that I bought. The shadow, the dark mirror one, I'm going to be offering readings to work on the shadow self of ourselves. I'm going to be doing like some offering some readings for that, for you to work your shadow. Um, but I'm still on the romantic, and I have a lot of compatibility readings to do, so I'm excited. I'm excited. Actually, those readings were beautiful. I really enjoy a lot doing them. And I believe I was able to do it because of the oracles. But at the same time, that I try not to rely so much on oracles. Oracles for me they should add a bit to the interpretation, but they shouldn't be like the main focus. At least not for me. I always try to go back to tarot. Always. And I'm not saying that what I do is the only way you have to do it, but because they bonded with the deck. Yeah. And sometimes, it happens to me that it's just like any purchase that you do. You have this adrenaline, and when you buy something online and you cannot wait to get it, and once it is there, like you're like, oh, I got it, oh, and you get it out of the packaging, package, and it's like, oh, this is great, and you watch it, and then, and then you put it away, and that's it. So yeah, I guess that's also something about consumism, that it's like, why do you need so many? Like, why do you need so many? I feel tempted to actually like give away some tarot decks, especially the ones that I don't use. But actually, I'm very possessive of my stuff. Like, I don't see myself like give them away because they're mine. Like I don't, and actually I don't know people that want to read tarot, and they are like, oh, I want to read tarot, but I don't have a tarot deck. If I would meet someone like this, I would probably give it to them, but you know Oracles can be too specific without enough from for personal interpretation. Yeah, yeah. The other day, I was uh, I was reading on Tumblr. There was a tarot reader that she also does readings for K-pop, and she was mentioning, she was talking about, you know, who her experience reading for some idols and why some idols she feels like they have the best energy and some idols why she feels like they do not have the best energy to read for. And I was checking it out. I was reading. I was like, oh, interesting, because and she explained, the reasons why she thought that these guys had the best energy, that she had the greatest experience while reading for them, and why the other ones she felt like the cards that she would get for these idols, they were too, like, too repetitive, and like you probably wanted to expand the meaning, but it doesn't matter how many extra cards you pull, the answer is the same. Hey Spirit, welcome. So I agree with this, like, but for me it's not about the best or the worst energy. Energy is just energy. But yeah, I had those sort of, I wouldn't say blockages, but there are some idols that for me is like I feel the need to end the reading very fast. It's like I try to expand a bit, but I don't see much. This is especially when I read for actors. I don't know why. Like I really try, especially when I do these readings for them and their co-star, or them and when they're supposed to be friends with someone, their dynamic with other people. For me, it's really hard to expand those readings, because some of them are very energetically, the cards that they get, they don't say much. They just say that they're focused on their job and that they're working and that they're thinking about the next project and that they want a better opportunity and that they're, I don't know, it's all about work, and it's all about ambition. So, it's like, I remember, I don't know who it was, but I did this sort of friendship reading for this actor and the other female lead, and I think that I did say in the reading during the interpretation that I didn't get any cards that indicate like an emotional connection, like feelings. And she responded and she was like, oh, but you don't need to get cups just to talk about emotions. You definitely, like, you had to, there are other cards that talk about relationships and feelings as well. It's not just the suits of cups. And I was laughing because I was like, it's my interpretation, not yours. Like, you go and get the cards that you want for your fantasy. I don't. When I am reading and I don't see it, I don't see it. I don't see it, like. And honestly, for me personally, some of these people, even some idols as well, are very apathic. This is something that I think that maybe it's normal for them, maybe it's part of their behavior, but some idols and some celebrities, they are very apathic about their lives. They feel very apathic. There's a lot of stagnation, there's a lot of like stubbornness, there's a lot of like not feeling very satisfied, like you know. So I don't know what to say when I don't see deepness, in someone, like. And I guess that's when I read this Tumblr post that she was mentioning about, the people that she had the most trouble, like, reading for. I totally get it, because there are some that definitely you sense their lack of experiences at the same time. Some of them are emotionless. They don't have much emotions. The only thing that you can see is work, money, aspirations, and that's it. Um, so, sometimes it's hard to give it like a sort of a more like positive outlook, or it's hard. It's like you are there, and the cards that you get, you are like, okay, it doesn't say much. And probably there are moments I remember reading for people when I first started, and I didn't know who was who, and I would accept reading for two people that some were like, oh, these are friends. You should read for this and this because they are friends. And I remember pulling cards for them because I didn't know who they were. I didn't know that they were like a famous shipping or something like that, a shipping couple or something. And I would pull cards, and I couldn't continue reading. I had to stop the recording, and I deleted. I deleted the reading. I deleted it because there was nothing in there. Nothing. 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 And when I start like talking too much about their side, for example, the side where they got the cards, and I start talking too much about what they're going through individually, it's because there's not much connection for the other side. So since there's no connection, I have to talk about them and their energy or their circumstances, because it's what they're showing me. They are not like showing me, oh, I feel this way about the other part. No, actually, I don't feel anything. I'm just worried about myself. So it's tough. Even I think if something were to happen between co-stars, it would definitely be after a project, never during. They are too focused on work. Yes, and they're very stressed also. People take the K-drama pairs too seriously, like they think they both fall in love in real life. Yeah. If I try hard enough, maybe I can read Hype. Never took over SM. Yeah, like, yeah, that's also spirit. That also happens. For example, the one that I noticed that decline was with BTS, Taeyang and JK. Like, definitely something happened in there. Something happened, and there's a lot of love and appreciation because both of them are very similar, but they're also very competitive. So they're thinking about themselves, and that's great. They are very passionate about their future. But definitely, when I read for them, I sense like they really care about each other, but something happened. It's like it's like we have we care so much about each other, but we don't want the public to know it, or we avoid talking about each other because we know how the public is going to get. So probably they are much more closer in real life than what you think, but they choose to remain private because maybe probably because of the shippers. Um, it's like for them, I believe it was very awkward. At least energetically, it feels very awkward. Like like Probably they have seen something or they heard something. Something must have happened that it made everything very awkward. My reading was a male and female idol. So I guess even them making eye contact is a crime. Yeah. It was said because I could see a great deal of appreciation and respect for each other. And also there's like, sometimes I'm like, you know, you have two extremes. You have the extremes of the people that when they see an idol in like interacting with the opposite sex, they are like, oh, they ship them already. They are a couple. They look great together. They should be a couple. They must be dating. But then you have the other side. That is the one that if you see an idol interact uh, with with the opposite sex, it's like, oh, they radiate sibling energy. And for example, if you know that they frequent each other, that they see each other, that they are friends, or that they know of each other, and that they are very open about how well they get along, and people are like, oh, they are like siblings. Oh, he's acting like an older brother to her. So you have those two polarizations where, oh, this is cute, sort of like they are they radiate sibling in energy. He loves her like a sister, you know. Okay. Yeah, they are great friends. He's such a gentleman. Yeah. The Teku shippers are something else, man. Teku, it's always trending for something. Just because one mentioned. Yeah, actually, for me, with the Tekuks, actually, they were very nice, very respectful. But the beaming, no, not the beaming, the Jungkook and Jimin and Jaekook, Jikook, Jikook, that's the shipping name. Jikook, Jimin and Jungkook shippers, they always are like dissatisfied with me. Always, they always. Whenever I read for Taekook, they always are like, "Oh, you are on the side of Tae because you definitely like he's your favorite because you didn't mention Jimin's feelings, and you always are like talking about Tae and like." But it's because Tae it's easier to read. Tae is like an open book. It's like whenever I pull cards for him, it's like once, once, once. I want this, I get this, that's it. And for Jimin, it's a bit much more complex where I actually try to put it into words, but sometimes it doesn't make any sense, and sometimes it's all about confusion, and it's about like there's a lot of secrecy there, so I interpreted what I see. But yeah, they get very on the defensive about this, like about me. If I, for example, if I don't know, the reading lasts 20 minutes and I spent like 11 minutes talking about Tae, they are like, oh, you support Tae and you don't see Jimmy's perspective on this. And it's like, yes, I do. But the cards are the cards. This is not a fanfic. Like, this is not like about screen time. This is not about, singing lines. This is about the energy that the tarot shows. And for Jimin, it's a bit more complex. Jimin is like, goes in circles sometimes, his energy, that I do not know what to tell you. Like, really. I remember laughing so much when Hyun and Don were clearly flirting, even skinship, and the comments were like, "Oh, she's like a big sis to him." Yeah, sure. Whether some or opposite sex, we just don't know, and it's rude to assume. Yeah, this was before the rebuild. Yeah, Jiggle too. I mean, not everyone obviously, but it's just those ships are so popular that you will always have a bunch of the Lulu. The fans just believe what they want. Exactly. Like Hyuna and Don were so clearly in love, and the fans just kept shipping him and Huey instead. Please, I'm tired of shippers. They are infiltrating a lot of edit videos in YouTube Shorts. I need them to stop analyzing and make assumptions. They need help. That's why I block their content, their opinions, their edits, everything related. I just block everything because I feel like I don't feel right when I see it, and I don't think it's cute. But like I said, if I have to study their behavior or their content and what's behind all of this, what I can tell you is that they have a lot of views, a lot of likes. So I wonder why is that so popular. Since it's very popular, that's something that we should take into consideration about that probably a lot of people agree to this shipping. A lot of people support these shippings. Even the ones that say that they don't, probably they are secretly shipping. Because I cannot believe, I cannot believe the amount of people, the numbers. Some edit videos, they have more views than the actual group's MVs. And it's like, really? This video has so many views? Like, so, you know, definitely there's a demand of that content. There's a need to consume that content. That's a large crowd. Yeah, exactly. Shippers and people who think you are a traitor if you stand several groups. Yeah, that's so messed up. Also, Fluffy. That's so messed up. It's like, who are you to tell people who they should stand or support? Like, that's something that I don't. And actually, I feel safe with people that they love several artists and have like different views and taste in music, because music is to enjoy and K-pop is to enjoy, is to have fun watching their content. It's not for you to gatekeep their content and telling people who they should support and how you should be a fan. If someone starts to lecture you about how to be a fan or how you should go about enjoying the things that you enjoy, you should run away from them. You should run away from them, like block them, eliminate them from your life. Because these people are surely energetic vampires. Because they just cannot accept that you enjoy actually the content, that you are happy, that you are laughing, that you are entertained. When someone tells you what you should do with your life, like especially strangers on the internet, please, guys, please, like, open your eyes, open, because these people do not know you. It's like you're either a pro this or anti that. Like, no, I don't care about those things. I have other things to worry about. Exactly, Fluffy. Exactly. You have other things. It's funny how Myunso was shipped with every popular female idol from Crystal to Susie just because they work together. But when he actually got a girlfriend, people cancel him. See? because they had this perception that oh, he would go very well with this one, but not a real girlfriend, you know? Like, I want this prototype, you know? I want this accepted beauty standard people dating together, you know? Like, I have to approve it somehow. The boy even cry, I cannot forgive the hypocrites. They just want to see what they have in their imagination, exactly. And the edits are so far-fetched. It's just a slow motion and two people looking at each other for 2 seconds with the music, background music. Yeah, exactly. Right, some people just want to enjoy the music, not just start a political campaign. Oh yeah, when they get political, oh my, when they start about, K-pop is less about music and much more about many other things. Mm. And it's a shame because the fans, when they unite around an actual important cause, they can do great. Yeah, but like, I don't know, guys. Like, I had been reading for idols for 2 years. Is it 2 years? And for me, they are people. They are people with flaws. It's just that being an entertainer is their job. So definitely for me, I see them for what they are. I see them for what they do for the entertainment business. But I don't expect my bias to save the world. Because if I want a better life or a better society, or I have to start the change myself. I have to change things from my own example, from my own person. I cannot hide behind my favorite group or idol and be like, oh, look at what the cause that they are supporting. They are such a great people, and because I stand them, I am a great person as well. It's like, no. It's like, you should look at yourself. The idol doesn't have to be a standard of anything. They are not supposed to be these role models in life. Why would you put that pressure on them? They're just human. They can mess up at any minute, a new scandal can rise up. Are you ready to be disappointed? Nobody's safe. No one's biased. I sometimes think about that. What if one day I wake up and there's a scandal that involves my bias? And what does that mean to me? How that would affect me? That's probably one of the exercises that you can do to somehow do some inner work and think about like what kind of person you are. Because someday it could happen, guys. Someday a rumor can come up and it can change your whole experience. So we never know. Yeah, and these are women themselves saying music will not go for a plastic surgery beauty. Like, seriously, you crazy or what? And you call yourself a feminist or something, probably. At least these fans claim to have grown up now and sorry for their actions when they were teens. But the damage is done, in my opinion. Cancer Moon, we don't forget. Oh, exactly. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, I agree. I don't expect from the idols themselves. But for example, armies have raised a lot of funds for humanitarian cause, and I think that's valuable. Yeah. Yeah. Not saying adults shouldn't be political, but it's clearly not something they just want them to be. Yeah. It's just that I think that is great what they do. It's great what they do. It's amazing what they do. So if idols have to, they would support in silence since they should be a Yes, that's another thing. There are some things that you have to be apolitical. You know, like for example, you know, me as a sales representative, a salesperson, if I have a customer that comes to me and talks to me and complains about the prices that are so high and that our wages are not good, you know, our salaries are decreasing and that the economy is trash and that, you know, everything and that our president this and that, I cannot say anything because it's not in my role. I have to remain neutral. I cannot start like a real conversation with the client about my beliefs and about my point of view of what is going on in our country or in our situation or in our neighborhood. I don't know. I must just nod and make sure that he finishes the purchase and that he leaves or they leave. You know, because in that role that I'm playing is not me, Vanessa, the person, and my values or my perspectives about politics. In there, I'm serving another role. And while I'm at work, I have to respect that role and I have to put some boundaries. And one of those boundaries is that it doesn't matter what I believe in. I just have to sell the product. So, you know, of course that I have to listen to the client. So if the client decided to speak about this subject or to bring up this subject and bring out how unhappy they are, you know, oh, because, you know, this is all wrong or I'm not happy, I have to listen. I have to you know, I cannot leave them just like, oh, go away. Like, I'm not listening to you. No, I have to stay with them and I have to listen to their experience and not to judge what they are expressing. But I cannot say like, oh, I agree or I disagree because it's not my place in that moment. So for me, idols, they do the same. It's like they listen to you because you pay a lot of money to be in front of them. So they are listening, they are paying attention. They are like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Thank you for coming. You know, apparently it's okay to be political for so to say was Trump loving self though. Ah, recently Hyper members were invited to an event by a Korean political party. Oh, but if someone supported progressive causes or no? Yes, he won. So funny how he then apologized without any sincerity. There are probably a lot of idols like him, unfortunately. You're saying as if he has stopped. He's fully off on fundamentalist Christian, not doubt. Mm. But if this was someone not conservative, they would be leaving the group by now. Yeah, I don't follow him, so I don't know. It just proves how empty the apology was. Actually, I was, you know, yesterday we go to BC, to the voice chat on Discord, and I was telling, it was Hope, we were with Hope, we were with Samara and with Carlos, and we were talking about, I was telling them about my experience that I decided to watch this documentary about these South Korean cult leaders and how traumatized I was by the atrocities that they committed. How traumatized I was. So, you know, like I'm not going to act like cults do not exist everywhere, because here in Argentina there's cults as well. Uh, in Latin America there's a lot of cults, and there's a lot of people that fall for them. But in the documentary that I watched yesterday, the terrible things that followers did to others just because their leader told them to do so. Like the level of brainwashing, guys, I felt so, I really like, I felt so sick to my stomach, really. Like I felt so like overwhelmed with a lot of emotions, because like, you know, I had studied at university, like, you know, cult behavior, you know, and the influences of cults and why people join cults. Um, but I never heard of these events and these cult leaders. Like, these bring cult behavior to another level. Another level. And I was so, I was so like, I was traumatized, guys. I was traumatized. I was traumatized. And I think that in that sense, this is why I always fear mob mentality. It's like, please, guys, think for yourself. Like, I get it, you want to belong, you want to be in a community where you feel like you belong, you want to be seen, you want to be heard, you want to participate, you want to get involved in projects, activities, groups. I love it. I'm also a people's person. Even though I have my moments, I love to participate in projects. But every time I see some mob mentality happen, you know, where they ask you to go there more often and spend time with them and save money, and if, you know, I'm like, what are you doing? You know, and it had happened to me even at the yoga center, that I went there to practice yoga, and all of a sudden I had these females like talking to me like, oh, we're going to be meeting here, you know, to do some praying circle. I don't know what it was. And I was like, they invited me, and I was like, oh yeah. And then they started like selling a lot of things, you know, and talking about, you know, all this medicine, that it was about you going into an unconscious state and you like healing your past traumas or your past lives karma. And I was like, what? And these were all females that were very educated, they were all professionals, they were all, but they were insane. So I decided to leave. Like, I was like, no, I came here for yoga lessons, but now that I'm seeing what you're really cooking here, like, no. No. People claiming to be men of God and enriching themselves on the common man's money instead of providing real solutions to their misery brought upon by poor governance. That That also spirit. Like you're following a guy that thinks that he's the Messiah. That guy, he says that he's Jesus. Like really? Like, but I guess, like I said, there's a lot of, it's not easy to realize that you are being indoctrinated somehow. It takes a while for you to realize, like, because they are so nice and the people are very welcoming. The people are very, it seems like a loving community. So you are like, oh, this sounds like a great place. There's a lot of peace, there's a lot of fun things, and everyone seems happy. So I want to join. And actually, that, like the first guy, it did remind me of, I don't know, guys, if you watched the K drama Save Me. If you didn't, you have to watch it. Like I felt so frustrated while watching that K drama, and I wanted to stop watching because like it was unbelievable what they were doing. Uh, but probably it's a reflection of what they go through in these places. Most of these cult leaders are free. Yeah, they have people working for free for them. And their poor supporters think they'll get a crumb if they make these men wealthy. Yeah, that they will go to heaven. Like, oh my God. Just do yoga at home, I guess. Yeah. No, and you know what's the problem? That if you are a people's pleaser, or if you are, because it seems like, it sounds like a great invitation. So, I had a lot of people, like, including me in a chat, in a WhatsApp chat, and then they used to, like, message me, like, hey, Vanessa, how are you? And I was like, hi, you know. And actually, if you are in a very low point in your life where you feel lonely, you feel tempted because you are like, oh, they remember me, they talk to me, they message me, but behind all of this, there's another thing. Yeah, I mean, nowadays there are a bunch of spiritual stuff that aren't necessarily cults. And to be honest, when a spiritual man is trying to guide a bunch of women, that's when I get very suspicious. Yeah. There are many co-followers that are rich, extremely well educated, with high position in life. Where do you think leader works come from? Yeah, but actually the first guy of the documentary, he said he didn't finish like primary school. So, I don't think that it's about, some of them are very intelligent, but some of them are very narcissistic. I knew people that they claim to be very intelligent, that they claim to have all these degrees, and actually they were lying because they are sociopaths. And they have also the ability to absorb information very fast. For example, they read books. They read a book about this, a book about the other. About the other, they absorb the information and they call themselves experts on the matter, on the subject. And they also have this very alluring and attractive way of expressing themselves as if they are this perfect person, and they sound very confident, but actually probably they never went to school, but they have this charisma, they have this presence that somehow it makes people feel intimidated. They're like, oh my, this person is so knowledgeable, and actually probably they didn't even finish school. I mean, it's all about fake it till you make it, something like that. For example, if you notice this the Tinder swindler, and then the other one, the other lady that she pretend to be like a German heritage or her. She wasn't that educated, and actually like she didn't finish her studies, but it was about her ability to act like she was one of them, that she was wealthy, that she had all the, it's about a way of behavior. I sometimes believe that people with money sometimes they are very naive about certain things. They do join a lot of things that you're like, really? You're paying for this? In my country, we do have a lot of spiritual guru who claim themselves. There was one dude who fled the country with tons of money and bought an uninhabited island. Oh, yeah. Well, here we have churches, guys. We have the Catholic Church. So that is made of gold. There's a lot of gold in Catholic Church. The nerve of the guy's youth center representative. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was amazed, honestly, because you know, since here, at least from my experience, here in Latin America, there's a lot of us because we are descendant of Italians, especially Italian and Spanish people. Uh, we, most of us, we are Catholics. We are raised Catholics. We go to Catholic schools, and then yes, there are some evangelical ones. Maybe there are some, but those are more foreigners. Like those like. Baptist, and those are like not so much. But we are all raised like Catholics, even though we are not that fanatic. Like we are Catholics. But you know that the Catholicism had a long history. There's a lot of so boring the history of Catholicism. So when I saw this. This Korean documentary, I was like, but why is this random person saying that they are like, that they are the reincarnation of someone and you just follow them? And it's like they create a dogma out of nowhere, out of air. There was one of them that this cult leader, she was like, everything she did, she said that she was the reincarnation of a child, and she was like spreading love, and she talked about love and how, and she has a lot of followers. So I'm like, where is the research in all of this? Like, there's a lot of cults. Like, for example, one thing that I do know about shamanism, because here, since I am from Latin America, we have a lot of shamans here. We are very influenced. We the Catholic people, we go to shamans as well. Like I used to go when I was younger. My mom used to take me, like because they would heal you with herbs, and it was very spiritual, and it was generally from people that are from, are descendant of indigenous, and they are from the, yeah, they have this. Also, we have Afro American, no, not Afro American, not American, like people coming from Africa, like the race, and also Brazil has a lot of that influence, that Afro influence in their culture, with in their religion, with voodoo and everything. So we knew about that as well. You have all those things here, but these are some kind of experiences where I remember we would visit this shaman, that she would give you herbs, tea to eat, to drink. If you, I don't know, I remember I had like stomach issues, and she would make me like, give me these herbs to drink. And but it's not something that you would go and you would sign up for that, and you would live your life and just be living for them. It's not about that. You would go once a month if you were that, like, I don't know, that interested, but it's not like a permanent registration. like it's something that you would go and you would visit like once, and that's it, and then you would forget about it. So I don't, like, it was hard for me to understand, like, the level of devotion of these people, that they would live their regular lives, their regular jobs, their regular, to move in and be living for these people, and been working for these people for free, and building them houses, and making them millionaires. Is like the level of, like, I don't know. But I heard, like, because we in here in Argentina we have a very famous YouTuber that he actually was the first one that created the anti-cult law, because he was a victim. Like, his family is still, I believe he's my age. His family is still part of that cult, and he managed to get out of that when he was younger, and he started to, like, to to create this sort of awareness of what he went through, and he also started to collect another experiences of other people that were, like, parts of cults, that had also suffered some kind of, like, traumatic experience because of this. And he was able to give it a voice, actually, to this, that this is happening. That's why, you know, like, I don't know, guys. Like, even when we think that um, that it's like, also Eslian was saying this. Yes, there are very intelligent people that also join cults. Because sometimes we think that, oh no, it's the poor and the uneducated, the ones that join cults. No, actually, there's a lot of, like, intelligent people that do. It's because you want to belong. It's this need to belong. But they take it to the extremes. And once they start, like, alienating you, and you feel like you cannot. This is when someone restricts your experiences, and they want to tell you how to live your life and how many groups you should stand. That's called behavior, so stop it. Say it yourself. Korea is known to have a lot of weakness. They're just master manipulators. Yes, cult leaders are so charismatic. Look at Charles Manson. Look at him. Yeah. Even after being locked in prison for life, he continued to receive tons of marriage proposals. Yeah, and that guy, Esliam, if you watch the documentary, the first case, because I believe it has like 8 episodes, but the first 3 episodes are about this same guy. And this guy is like 77. He's my dad's age, because he was talking about the year he was born, and he's my dad's age. So he's 77. And he was caught, put into prison. Then he got out. And while being into prison, he would still receive women that would be with him and accept his abuses. And even when he was in another country, like running away, he would also have his women around him. So Do you still believe he's in the Messiah? He had been like in prison so many times. Korea also, I think most are Catholics, therefore very conservative about certain things. I wonder how it works on some, and some people just believe it. To be honest, there's a bit of cult mentality with K-pop idols as well. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. Yeah. There's like, they take it too far, especially when they start fighting each other. It's like, for me, like, when I was younger, and there was like the Backstreet Boys and the NSYNC fans. I was a Backstreet Boy fan, but I also would listen to NSYNC. But I was like a Backstreet Boys fan. But we would never like. Yes, there was like some like resistance. Oh, you like NCT? You like not NCT? NSYNC? Oh, you're a fan of NSYNC? And we would mock each other, But we would never be fighting in the streets. Like the fandoms wouldn't fight each other. But in Korea, I did hear that the fans would fight each other. So that's how passionate and how they are with each other. And it's like, oh, like I do not accept that you like the other one. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of groups. I can support a lot of groups. Some would say Nam Woo Hyun is also running a cult in a way. There was an SNL sketch about it. Yeah, he's charismatic. Yeah, that's another thing. Some random cult leader stealing something from another country, making it their own. Park Bo-gum was part of a cult too. Not anymore. Oh my. Maybe something is off or missing in the psychological level. Something that we can't see and suspect, but that needs to be filled with something. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I agree, SM. I agree. You find it in your weakest moments, yes, and they find you. It seems like they smell also your weaknesses and your needs. That's great. It shows that you can get out of it. It can just be lonely and vulnerable people. It doesn't have much to do with intelligence. Yeah, yeah. And also people with money are extremely lonely as well. The way Tom Cruise's wife, Katie Holmes, escaped the Scientology cult with her daughter. Her father is a lawyer, I think. Yeah. That's what I was talking about last time. How fans are going to trend "We love you, whatever idol" without even knowing why the trend is. Yeah. They just trust that the idol can do anything wrong. And what if the idol's accused of something very serious? You're still going to support them no matter what, without knowing anything? Yeah, that's also my questioning. While I was watching this documentary, I was reflecting about this. What if 10 years from now, 20 years from now, there's a documentary like that one about a certain celebrity that we all knew and followed. Actually, they're victims or a potential victim, like exposing everything while we were supporting that person. Or while we were celebrating whatever they were doing or showing us. What if someday a documentary like this comes up? That's why sometimes I'm like, let's take what we can from this experience, let's enjoy it, but let's not, because they are human. And this is a business. Scandals can happen, mistakes can be made. So you never know. You never know. And sometimes, it's like I tell you, it's not that you are not a good fan, that you don't see things coming. It's just that sometimes we are distracted. Entertainment, it's always distracting us. when we are start to expect something, suddenly a news happens and it directs us a different way. And you are like, oh look, a new photo cover. Oh, a new CD. Oh, a new album. And you're like, woo. Mm, yeah. There's, but I think, you know what? I think that sometimes that's on the person. That's on the person. Like, for example, that's what why I love about us, the people that we are here, the people that have been following me, is that we can talk to each other about these things that makes us feel uncomfortable. And I feel like that's very important, because even though probably, I don't know, I'm not a fan or I don't know much about this group, but there's someone in the community that knows about it and they share their experience, and we exchange opinions and we learn and we agree and we disagree, but there's an exchange. So maybe if someday I'm being blinded and I'm not seeing something, I would hope that some of you, even if we are all strangers, of course, but some of you would be like, you know what, Vanessa, you are not seeing this. There could be a possibility that this is happening and you're not seeing it. And I noticed that you're not seeing it. So that feedback can help me understand a lot of things. Of course, that it's a feedback and it's an opinion. Anyone can be like, oh, I'm not listening, I don't care, but that's what I learned about this, is that yes, I like K-pop. Like, I enjoy reading for idols. Like, I like K-pop. But at the same time, it's like I'm not alone in this. I have people here that have critical thinking, that they have their own opinions, that they have their own perspective about things. And we can wake up one day and be like, oh, you know what you're saying actually makes sense. Thank you for letting me know. Or would you rather live in ignorance? Would you rather have a group of a lot of people talking about, oh, this is perfect, this is positive, this is great, oh yes, this is like, I would freak out if I was in a place like this, where everyone agrees, where everything is perfect, where everything is amazing. I would freak out with those people. Like, I would be like, I don't know, my Scorpio moon would be like, what's going on? Hey, Hope. Vanessa Lainso said that his stance believe he's purer than Snow White. I love how so. I don't know how she reacts, because Woohyun is gonna sign with the company launching next month only. He didn't choose to go with the stylish one. Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah. She's freaking out because of the pictures. She's like going crazy. She fell for that guy. She's exactly, critical thinking should be taught at school. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, and that's something that is very interesting, actually, guys, because to be honest, like, well, I was in school, or the school system that um, I was like uh, educated in, they didn't teach us critical thinking. They didn't teach us about, different cultures, even though I had learned 2 languages at my school, because it was a bilingual school. But, like, I think that what opened my eyes to other realities and other perspectives is language, is English. To be able to talk to people of different races, different ethnicities, different systems of beliefs, and opening my eyes and learning to listen, Not judge, just listen. Listen. Mm, the ability to think about yourself. Yeah, for me, only university I was allowed to form my own opinion. Yes, also, yeah, when I went to university, the same. Yeah. I remember also our teacher taught us that this was very important for me because actually I was the kind of student that I was very fearful of getting a low grade or getting a low score because I was so like caught up in that system of you are the scores you get or you are the grades you get. So if you get lower scores, it means that you're a failure. So I remember having this teacher, and she was like, "You are not. What is going on with you in scores? You are not a number. You are much more than that. You are your experience, and I see that you are here, that you show up, that you participate. Like I'm not going to evaluate you just because of the scores that you get. I'm going to evaluate your whole performance." And that for me was, and I was already an adult, like when I learned that, because I would get really stressed when I didn't get like a higher note or a higher score. I would be very harsh on myself. And she taught me about that, about that we are not a number, that, our capacity and our ability to learn and or absorb knowledge, it doesn't have to be like only getting high grades. It also has to do with how you integrate what you know and what you do with what you know. So it's amazing. I just don't comfort to anyone because of some problems that you may think. Yeah, same. I was afraid to get low grades too. Yeah. Actually, I remember once I would cry. I was crying in the bathroom while I was very young because I actually struggled a lot with math. Mathematics for me is a no-no. Like, I don't know why I get confused. I cannot concentrate. I'm really great at, subjects that has to do with words. I'm really good with literature, history, you know. But when it comes to numbers, I cannot do it. So I would block. I would block, and I wouldn't be able to resolve it, even if I had studied it. So I remember I would cry. That was the first time I cried. And she I think that she gave me a good grade because she felt sorry for me, or she was, I don't know. That can also be linked to tarot and even astrology, doing our own research and listening to our own intuition to interpret it. Yeah, I can get into numerology because of that. Yeah. Yeah, and actually, then you have people that probably you send them to read a book and they cannot find the concentration to read a book or to, I don't know, appreciate literature or to even sit down and learn another language. There are people that just cannot do it and they are very intelligent, but they just cannot do it, So I always understood that probably, and I am a very visual person, so I learn through symbolism as well. This is why I think that the tarot is connected to this. So yeah. My mom just asked me to read my horoscope written by our family astrologer because he thinks I'm the evil woman who doesn't listen, blah, blah. That's the interpretation at least. Oh, our family. You have a family astrologer? Yes, that's his interpretation. I don't know why it freaks me out. Family astrologer? I fear, I don't know, Ah, okay. No, because it sounds a bit like, you know, like someone that is biased. If they know, if they pull charts for all the family, they probably knows, and it's a bit more on favor of others and not the others. Like I don't like that. You know. Actually, there are ones who conduct religious rituals and stuff. I don't think he knew me that well. Haha, I was just a kid when he passed away. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to pull a few cards and then I'm going to go because we've been here for 2 hours. Probably this was a live to just chat, just talk. We had a talk, I know. Um, because there's not much going on in K-pop, honestly. I think that we covered everything that happened last week. And I'm not planning to go back to SM. Yeah, an old man. I love Vedic astrology. Like I don't know much about it, but it sounds so fascinating. It's just that it's so complex. Like I will have to sit and study, and I don't think my brain can absorb more information. Of course it does, but it sounds so fascinating. Okay, guys, who should I pull cards for? Is there a subject? No, we covered everything. We talked about everything that was. Oh, yeah, I remember I had a friend that she somehow told me something about mine, but I don't remember. I know she told me and I had and she was so kind because she also shared some files with me about that, but I was so like because it happened at a moment where I was very busy, so I couldn't even have the time to proper like write it down or just pay attention. Like I just got the basics. Teen Top Teen Top Second Chance, so many might know, but I was told they are planning a reunion. Apparently everyone except Infinite, it seems. Teen Top? Wow, that name. Oh, I just know you have a Uttara Ashara. See that you said right there. I have to write it down, Flappy. I have to write it down. Like because if I want to study it, I have. To, oh, because the world is right there. Those names. I used to follow a Swedish. I believe they were Swedish. Pop group when I was a teenager that they were called 18s, and they used to do covers of ABBA songs, but teenage version. And I used to follow them when we were all teenagers. But yeah, can you imagine them coming back saying they having the name teens? I wonder what's going to happen to the boys when they become like grown adults. Like I mean, they are grown adults. They are not boys, but them performing in their 40s, the boys. My visit charge just depressed me, Fluffy. How is it worse than the topical one? By the way, Siko's new boy group name is Boy Next Door. Oh. Okay, let's pull some cards about this team top to see how they're going to go. I don't know about them. This is the first time that I'm reading for them. They got the Temperance, the Hermit, Princess of Swords, and then Moon in Taurus Exaltation. So, yeah, like it could be like, actually, maybe because they got the Hermit, maybe if they have to like appear again on the public, some of them are very uncomfortable with the idea because they are very used to somehow they live a very calm life. Their life is very like serene. It's very like, and and probably they will get a bit overwhelmed by everything that is being said online, like because they have the Princess of Swords, so there's like this need of I have to defend myself verbally and online. So I have to get out of my shell, of the shell that I built all these years, of the happy, the peaceful that I had all this year, and I have to get out and expose myself again. So yeah, it's going to be a bit awkward at first because it's like they already are in another stage. They are not in the entertainer mode state. You know, they probably will show themselves being very calm, very soothing, and also with the Moon in Taurus, you know, like probably like talking about, you know, everyday life, what they enjoy, you know, but definitely they will connect with beauty, with the beauty of being an entertainer, you know, probably talking about the good things in life. Also feeling very good about the exposure at the end, but probably they will not know how to communicate. You know, they will be like, oh, this is how fans do it nowadays. Oh, okay. Like, you know, a lot of information, fast moving, you know. They come from another era where everything was a bit more like balanced. Like, I don't know, like, but yeah, if I mean they could sell actually like if it's about money and them actually probably, you know, having some kind of income or some kind of results. Here with the Moon in Taurus, they could actually like have a great result when it comes to money. But yeah, it's a whole new experience. It's not the same. Tinto going on racket dropping. They just have to be called the men's. Oh wait, very quiet. Samara, what was it? The question that you wanted that you said that you wanted to pull cards. I don't remember. We talked about so many things yesterday. You can expect me to remember every single one of them. What was it? The subject that you said that we should pull cards for? People in chat as K-pop idols. How? People in chat as K-pop idols. Can you expand the question, please? I don't understand it. How they would be in a chat? their style of communication. That's what you're saying. Collectives with the same personality, like what they would be like as idols. I don't. What? Whether K-pop idols do have WhatsApp. She's asking what idols we guys in chat are like. Ah, like as an idol. What 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 idol would what idol would represent you? I mean, I can pull from the astrological cards, and then you could, if there's a placement, maybe you can think about an idol that has that placement. No, no, poor not Jenny. Jenny is full of scandals. Like, I just really want to have fun. Like, I'm sorry, like you know, I'm a bit like, I want to have like because of the astro placements. Oh yeah. The other one that has my same astrological placements and that is a celebrity and that I believe her birthday is the same day as me is Dove Cameron. My God. She has almost identical placements to mine. More than Jenny's. But I'm like, what happened to your face? Like, Dove Cameron, the Disney girl, Dove Cameron. Mm. Okay, let's start. Who wants to go first? I will pull a card for each. Who will go first? Because I do not have a pen and paper here, so we will have to do like a line. So she's like, yeah. Okay, Samara. What kind of idol energy would Samara be? Oh. You got two cards. This is how passionate you are. You got two cards. You got Venus in Aquarius, detachment. So you definitely would be an idol that you would be like, F you. like, like, don't ship me into your crazy fantasies. F you. Very detached. Sort of like BTSB. BTSB has Venus in Aquarius. And you also got Jupiter in Capricorn, control. I don't remember the generation of Jupiter in Capricorn. It's my generation. So you would be very controlling, also a bit of Capricorn energy, very controlling about how people perceive you, not showing that much. Like being very in control of your image. It's like if they would want to like somehow like make crazy edits of yourself, and if they would want you to do some cutesy things, you would be like, no, that's not who I am. I'm not doing it. I don't know why I'm getting NCT Chandler attitude. Yes. Ah, okay. Okay, who's next? Fluffy? Cars are so jumpy. Fluffy, are you next? Oh my, they're so jumpy today. Okay, for Fluffy. Fluffy got Saturn in Sagittarius, fulfillment. So a very happy idol. Like someone very Sagittarius, like very funny, very someone that is very good at everything. You know, an all-rounder. Like some people say, you know, oh, this is an all-rounder. Someone that is very good at emceeing, is very good at sports, is very good. You know, someone that feels very fulfilled in the role, and is very happy to do what she loves. But also you have the card another Saturn, Saturn in Virgo. That is the card of isolation. So you probably have a side to yourself where you feel very fulfilled being an idol, but at the same time, every once in a while you feel the need to isolate yourself from the scene. Or probably you sometimes like want to be left alone and not being in the group with others. You know, you probably want to do things by yourself, like go eat by yourself, not be always with the members. You know, you probably are very like, I prefer to be by myself, or if I do some activity, I prefer to go alone, or I prefer to hang out with people that is not always associated with other members. You know, probably focusing on yourself. And if you're someone that, I don't know, you go work out, or you go to the gym, or you go get some classes about something, you will go on your own and by your own like free will. You know, you will be like, oh, I signed up for this course, so I'm going. You know, and also take the opportunity to spend time with yourself. Yeah, because since that Saturn is in Virgo, and you know, it does bring me about like, I have a lot of knowledge, and the reason why I'm so good at it is because I usually practice by myself, and I don't share it with others. Like I do it by myself. Like this is something that this is a task that I do and perfectionate by myself. It's not something that I do with others, because others wouldn't understand the level of how I want to be perfect at this, or how much I want to work on this. But it's great that you got the card of fulfillment, because it means that your efforts and every little detail that you put on learning new things, the audience can see it and they see the evolution in you. So it's great. Who's next? Okay, Spirit. The Spirit as an idol. Ah, okay. A Spirit got Sun in Libra, harmony. Sun in Venus in Leo, affair. I'm covering it because they're naked. So you could be involved in a dating scandal. Spirit, with all that Libra energy in you. You actually would be like very, since you would be so much in harmony, so much in that Libra energy, you probably would be like the visual of the group. Definitely the visual, the mediator, that one that always is in a good mood, the one that always like is happy and is excited to participate in fun things, and they always look nice, they make sure that they are great, you know um, so, and definitely with the affair, it's like you taking advantage of how beautiful you are, and yeah, yeah, I can definitely see you like being caught in some dating scandals, and that actually that is not, it's not a dating rumor, it's more like a dating scandal. Yes, yes, I was with this person, or I was cut with this person. But also you've been a sort of like idol, that you would be very flirtatious and using your charms with the audience of both sides. Like using your charms to really also improve your popularity. And actually you feeling comfortable, you feeling very good at like, okay, yes, I'm the visual of the group, yes, I just have to sit here and look pretty and talk and smile and talk about beautiful things, and I'm enjoying myself, and I get a lot of numbers, like like idols just want to date me, like, yes, I'm popular. No, it's not bad, no. I will be like, I know. Yes. Of course, of course. Oh. Okay, yes, Liam. Let's go with you. Yeah. Yes, they would hate you, yes, because you would be dating their oppas. But well, the price of beauty. The price of being a visual on the group. Someone has to be a visual, they have him. Okay, Esliam. Esliam, you got Mercury in Aquarius, originality. And this is very odd. Venus in Capricorn, convention. So it's weird, actually. Because on one side, you would really express like someone that you want originality in your life, like probably you as an idol, like you would probably have a speech, a way of expressing yourself that sounds very original, and that your way of behaving probably is the first time that an idol behaves like this. You are very known for being a sort of like rule breaker. Someone that is very honest, someone that just says what they think, what they have in mind, and they are not like excusing themselves for the way they speak or what they say. Someone very original, very intelligent also at the same time, very intelligent, a bit weird. I don't know why I'm getting like NCT Doyoung, like very intellectual, like very, but at the same time, you have Venus in Capricorn. So even though your speech, the way you communicate, it's very intelligent, somehow you want to belong, you want to keep being conventional, especially in your relationships, because this is Venus in Capricorn. So even though you are original in your speech, there's a part of you, like probably like you are very conventional in the people that you associate yourself with. For example, if you have a group of friends, these are your people, and you don't change them for others. you know. And if you are close with your family, you always have this very disciplined, very like almost routinary like kind of exchange, and probably it's very hard to get to your heart, to the emotional side, because you are thinking about probably the status quo. You're thinking like, if you want to date me, because it's Venus in Capricorn. So you probably, if you have a date, or if you have, a romantic interest, it would be someone very wealthy and very influential. so you would move in a circle of very famous and wealthy people. People that had been wealthy or had been part of the richest families for a long time. So yeah, but definitely, like, you will do it because for you it helps you. It helps you in your career, or it helps you when you associate with these people. But at the same time, your way of talking to the fans or expressing how you feel is like always outside of the box. It's like letting them know that yes, you maybe hang out with rich people, or you maybe like are associated with people that are very conventional, but at the same time you are someone that is very free in here, that you have your own mind, that you don't sell your mindset or your opinions to just, you are not just the people that you hang out with, you are much more than that, and that you can surprise people with the way you express yourself. Mm. Yeah, probably Jungi. Mm. Yeah, probably it's like, I mean, if you're an idol, definitely like you would like um you know you would be associated, and what I think that you would also attract rich people or people of status is because of how intelligent your language or your way of expression is. It's like they, you know it's like people being very like amazed at how intelligent you are, because sometimes I think that probably, maybe rich people or influential people, they look down on idols. So when they hear an idol that actually has a very interesting opinion or interesting way of expressing themselves, they somehow admire that person and they want to be close to them. They invite them to these fancy places. Ah, okay, for Parvati. Parvati got Venus in Cancer, birth, and Venus in Pisces, submission. So, yeah, like Venus, very water energy, like Pisces and Cancer, and the card of submission, Venus in Pisces. So I think that for Parvati, probably very emotional idol, very like someone that also could be good at songwriting or coming up with new ideas, because she has the card of birth. So it means like like coming out with very interesting ideas and proposing them, and also being like the mother of the group. being like she could potentially also be the leader, because Cancer, it's also a sign that it's like leadership, and it has to do with, uh, but she would be a leader, that she would be an emotional leader, an emotional support to the group. But also, because of this, with this Venus in Pisces, the card of submission, I think that probably she would like sacrifice a lot for the group, in the sense that she would feel like, oh, I would want to do individual things, but I have a lot of things to think about the group, so I cannot do it. It's about sacrificing. Pisces is very like sacrificing. Energy, like really, like I have to do what they told me to do. I have a lot of responsibilities. I have to put my attention in this. I have to make sure that everyone is happy, that everyone is getting along, that everyone has their needs met. So a bit like being selfless, honestly, being selfless in this idol life, somehow like sacrificing for the group. um Sweet angel. Yeah, but also, with all this, uh, water energy, she could have a bit of changes, mood changes, mood swings, and being like very happy, and at the end being very grumpy, because Cancer is like this. I don't know why I'm getting NCT Young, the leader. I'm getting that energy. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, 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 and very unpredictable. Mm, very unpredictable. Like really, like I am a mother figure, but at the same time, like I could cut your liberties as well. I could somehow be assertive and somehow like manipulate you to stop. You know, like. Mm, Yeah, it's like I give you all my love and support, but you better behave because I'm watching you, you know? Okay, I'm going to pour. Oh, the cars are really jumping today. Re- what card would I get? What card do you think I would get? One of the cards. What card do you think I would get? What placement? Yes. I got Sun in Scorpio, endurance. And also Jupiter in Aries, enterprise. So, yeah, like, like I don't know. I think that with this card of endurance, this is the card that Utah got yesterday. It's the first time that I was looking at this card. I never like pulled it for other people, so I was amazed when I put it. But actually, it makes sense about the endurance because it's about being a survivor somehow in the industry. This is why the word it's like, yeah, yeah, it's like even though there are moments where I want to give up, or there are moments where I just want to explode and being intense, I contain myself, I contain my energy, and I endure. I endure the hardships, I endure you know, the struggles, everything, and I just remain. I just remain. And also, here with the card of Jupiter in Aries, that is about enterprise, that it's about not losing my goal. That my goal is the enterprise, is to keep the enterprise running. That's why I have to endure, because this is a business. This is my business. This is my career. So I cannot let it go. I cannot let it go into someone else's hands. This is mine. This is mine. So I have to keep going, even though if there are moments where I just want to maybe kill people, like, and I don't know, I don't get along with some members, for example, of there are other members that I like and there are other members that I don't like, or I have some conflicts with some management or some other people that just, I don't know, want to control me or want to change my image, and I don't want to, but somehow like keep having a practical mind about like why am I doing this. And I also, yeah, probably the leader of the group, but also like I don't know about, because endurance is a very heavy word. When I got this Sun in Scorpio card yesterday, I was like I don't know if endurance is the correct word for a Scorpio placement. Endurance. I sounds more like a Taurus phrase, or word. Endurance. But definitely, I think that it has to do with you enduring hardships and like not giving up, and like it's going to get difficult. It's going to get tough. You are probably going to see the shadow side of this business. It's not going to be pretty. You are going to see a lot of ugly things. You are going to be witnessing a lot of ugliness in this place. So you have to endure. You have to endure. Yeah, yeah, actually, yes, Samara, I was thinking about this card, and I was thinking also about why Utah got it, and I always think that is in that sense, I think that it does represent me very well, because I had always been in a group of people. I had always been the influential one. Like I had been offered even to be the leader of the groups. But I always decided not to be the leader. Like I decided not to have the role of the leader, like not to have the badge. I don't want you to put that label on me. Let me mediate, let me work, let me be in the middle, but don't put the label on me. Like let me work in the shadows somehow, because people feel intimidated. Once you have the role or the title of leader, they act differently around you. So it's better if they do not know. So I often see myself rejecting the leadership positions, even as a Capricorn, even if I have the potential, I know I have it. And I see in Utah's energy that he does the same. Even though he can be a mentor, he can be offer a leadership, he can be a leader somehow, he chooses not to. He doesn't want to. He's not interested. He's more interested in enduring. He's like, if I want to survive this, like I have to be one of these guys. Like I cannot be more, or I cannot be on top. I have to be hidden among them to play this game right. Otherwise, I'm going to be kicked out sooner. It's a survival show. It's about being unexpected, being that member that has endurance, that while everyone gets eliminated, you are still in there, despite everything. I lead in silence, exactly. We're getting descent for sure. We will dominate the world. Oh my God, you and your intelligence. No. They're gonna put me around with these pretty men and they expect me not to make a scandal. Oh my God. I'm getting Q energy too. Yeah. Eslian world domination, exactly. Eslian world domination. Leader is very hard, man. Even I wouldn't want it. It's already stressful enough to survive yourself on top of that to worry about others. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, I have to go. This was fun. I'm sorry that I didn't like tomorrow. I will go live probably, after I have lunch. So probably at 1 a.m. Now, not 1 p.m. my time. I will do a live to pull some cards because today we couldn't. So yes, I will connect tomorrow. Um, so yes, guys, this was super fun. Thank you, Samara, for recommending this. This was very dynamic. This was very interesting. So yeah, for people that didn't get me to pull cards, like for them and what idol they would be, like you can like write to me on Discord and I can pull some cards for you over there. So this was very interesting. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.